Heard of a war where the leaders watched their own men die with a whistle and a walking stick? Welcome to World War I, where British officers brought canes to a machine gun fight. On the Western Front, life in the trenches was weeks of boredom, seconds of terror. Mud, rats, artillery, gas, and a front line that barely moved. So how did generals think they'd break the stalemate? Simple. Have thousands of men climb out of their trenches in a straight line and walk toward the enemy, while officers blew whistles and waved them forward like traffic cops. British tradition said officers should be recognisable on the battlefield, show leadership and inspire their men by example. So they went over the top, wearing bright insignia, pistols on their hips and carrying walking canes, not rifles, canes. Across no man's land, the Germans had been busy being extremely modern. They had barbed wire, they had pre-sighted artillery, and most importantly, they had machine guns, weapons that could fire hundreds of rounds a minute across open ground. Picture it, the whistle blows. A line of British soldiers climbs out of the trench, hunched under packs, stumbling through mud, trying to step over barbed wire. In front of them, an officer in a neat uniform, waving a cane in one hand and a pistol in the other, shouting encouragement. On the other side, a German machine gun crew waits for them to get within range, flips a safety and pulls the trigger. Entire ranks mowed down in seconds. In battles like the Somme and Passchendaele, some units lost more than half their men in minutes. On the first day of the Somme alone, the British suffered nearly 60,000 casualties, the worst day in their military history. Officers were hit so often that the average life expectancy of a junior officer on the Western Front was measured in weeks. The system was so stubborn that even when it was obvious the whistles and walking canes approach was suicide, it kept happening. Tradition said this was how officers led. Reality said this was how officers died. World War I turned the romantic image of the gentleman officer into a silhouette against machine gun fire. The charge of the Light Brigade got a poetic line about someone had blundered. World War I officers got a shrill whistle, a walking cane and a face-first dive into the 20th century. That's a faceplant history.